Have you ever been having the perfect day and then you come across someone negative, someone hateful, whether it's in real life, whether it's online, maybe you post on social media the same way I do. If you don't already know, I'm on this journey of posting a YouTube video every day for 365 days. Anyway, today I've had a couple hateful comments. I've obviously triggered a few people in a video. Maybe a bit of a controversial video, talking about 9 to 5s. Of course, you have to remember that 90% of people still appreciate the subscriber. I think it was Taylor Briggs. Appreciate you. I've lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I've had some hateful comments. Oh yeah, 9 to 5. 90% of people are an employee. So when I make a video speaking about a 9 to 5, speaking negatively on a 9 to 5, of course there's going to be hateful comments. Now this video is going to tell you exactly how to not let hateful comments affect you, or at least be above the hateful comments and still stay positive about your day. So I've taken a few notes whilst I was sat there reading the comments. I thought, right, I'm going to make a video on this. And if you haters are watching, hope you're having a good day, man. Probably not. Probably sat in your mum's house, in your bed. Maybe you've been watching porn all day or something like that. And you're just not feeling happy. It's cool, bro. It doesn't affect me, but I'm sure a lot of people it does. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to rise above it. So, for starters, you have to understand where hate comes from. Now, hate will come from a person who's not happy with their life. If someone else is commenting on the video, hate will come from a person. It will never come from someone above. It will never come from someone doing better than you. You have to understand that for one. Okay, now, if you're doing something meaningful, if you're doing something that's helping people, there's always Terry Briggs. Appreciate the comment. I need to focus on this video. There's always going to be hate. If you're doing something positive, there's always going to be opinions, regardless of how positive I try to be on my videos. There's always going to be opinions, and there's always going to be people who are negative in the world. It's just how the world is. There's no light without dark. So, I'm going to help you overcome the hate. Don't take it personally. Hate says more about them than you. I've never dropped a hateful comment on anyone's video in my life. Even when I've been in the darkest of places, I've never even thought to drop a hateful comment, because that's just not the sort of person I am. That's not the sort of energy that I want to put out into the world. And what you put out in the world, I honestly believe you will get back. So I try to put as much positivity out as possible. This is what my channel's about. I try to help people. And that's exactly what I'm doing. You, as humans, human nature, it's always, our brain will always focus on the negatives rather than the positives. So you can be having a perfect day. Everything can be going well. You're healthy, your family's healthy, you have beautiful relationships, and then you maybe get one hate comment, or you maybe get one negative person in the day, and you focus directly on the negative. Try and start focusing on the positives more. Just brush it off. Remember that the way that people act in the world, the way that people present themselves in the world, is merely an example, a demonstration of what's going on in their head, usually. If I'm in a bad mood, it's a representation of what's going on in my brain. Hopefully you can see that I'm not in a bad mood, I'm not negative, so I don't portray that into the world. Okay, so you need to have boundaries. Block out people. If there's negativity, just block it out. If there's someone who's maybe a friend who's negative, unfortunately, as sad as this sounds, maybe cut them out. It doesn't have to be forever, but if they're in a negative phase of their life and they're passing that energy on to you, just distance yourself from them a little bit. Boundaries are extremely important. I've spoken on boundaries many times. And like I've mentioned earlier, keep your attention on the positives in life. Don't always focus on the negatives. if you constantly go into the world being negative, if you're constantly in a negative mind state, I honestly believe that you will attract what you are. So you will attract negativity. If you're positive, the more positive that I am every day, the more things that are positive that happen in my life. And finally, a point of like growth, use the hate as fuel. You know, I see the haters in the comments. I see them, I see it all, but I don't necessarily take it on board. I'll use it as fuel. I might picture you tomorrow whilst I'm doing my sets in the gym and think, oh, I remember that comment. Let me get another few reps out. These people are wanting me to fail, but I'm not going to give up. And don't argue with fools. You know, sometimes you can say so much. You can prove your point so many times, over and over. Maybe everything you're saying is perfectly normal and knowledgeable, but still it's like speaking to a brick wall. Some people, you just can't get the point across. If they can't perceive it from your perspective, then they won't get it. It's like speaking to a brick wall. Finally, it is finally this time as well. What did I write here? You're not here to be liked. You're here to live your truth. As long as you know, deep down in your heart, that all you try and put out into the world is positivity, all you try and do is help people, then that is all you can do. At least you're at peace of mind then. You know, deep down, you're trying your best in this world. And as I've said, regardless of how much you try to be positive, there will always be someone who will try and put you down. I hope this helped you guys. If anyone's dealt with hate and they have any questions or they want to maybe let me know or speak about something, I always have my Instagram DMs open. It's in the description. I also have a free Telegram where I try and uplift people, motivate lads, motivate anyone to become the best version of themselves. That is exactly what my channel's about. And if you haters are watching this, I hope you grow in the world. Of course, people are always going to have opinions. I know deep down, all I'm trying to spread on this channel is positivity. Appreciate you all, guys.